All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Dive. We're going to be diving into some pretty interesting stuff today.
Yeah, definitely.
We're talking about Pavel Cherenkov,
Oh, very cool.
a Soviet physicist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's so cool to look back, and I'm just always amazed by these figures in history and how they came from sometimes really humble beginnings and went on to win Nobel Prizes
Yeah, for sure.
and to make these incredible discoveries.
Exactly. It's a very human story.
It is, yeah.
And it's inspiring, too.
Yeah, yeah. And we've got some excerpts from his biography here today. And
Excited to dive in.
yeah, me too. The story's pretty wild. It all
Wow.
starts, in a small village in Russia.
Okay.
And he ends up a Nobel Prize winner. And there's even a point in this where he's looking at a bottle of water and it's emitting light.
Sounds pretty interesting, yeah.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in. So Pavel Cherenkov was born in 1904 in a small village called Novaya, Chigla. It's in Russia.
Okay.
To Alexei and Maria Cherenkova.
So that's our, starting point. Pretty humble beginnings, right?
Yeah, for sure not where you would necessarily expect somebody to become a world-renowned physicist.
Right, exactly.
A tiny little village.
Yeah, and I think that's a testament to, like you're saying, the human story of this.
Yeah, and the potential that exists everywhere,
Exactly. So,
regardless of your background.
yeah, absolutely. And so he graduates from Voronezh State University
Right?
in 1928. And I mean, this is just a couple of years later.
Wow.
He lands a position as a senior researcher at the Lebedev Physical Institute,
Oh?
1930.
Yeah.
That's the same year that he married Maria Putintseva.
Oh, wow. Busy year.
Big year, right?
Yeah.
Big year. They have two kids, Alexei and Yelena.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's just so amazing to me to think about, he's just starting his family and already making such incredible strides in physics research.
It's remarkable, right?
Yeah.
Especially in such a demanding field, to be able to balance those two things, that's impressive.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But, so it really seems like he was really dedicated
Yeah.
and driven from early on.
Absolutely. And, and it shows because he quickly becomes section leader at the Institute.
Okay.
And then in 1940, he earns his Doctor of Physico-Mathematical Sciences.
That's a mouthful.
It is, yeah, impressive.
So it sounds like all of this early work really laid the foundation for, the really big discovery that he ended up.
Yeah, and I think that's where we should jump to next.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, this is the story about the bottle of water.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so it's 1934.
Yep.
And Cherenkov is working under S.I. Vavilov at the Lebedev Institute.
Okay.
Still there. And he's observing a bottle of water that's being hit with radiation.
Okay.
And he sees blue light coming from it.
What?
I know. It's like, okay, is this like, a middle school science project or something?
It sounds kind of hokey.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
But for Cherenkov, this was a really big deal.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine it would be like a what kind of moment, you know?
Right, exactly. And it turns out that this wasn't a trick.
Okay.
This was actually like a visual manifestation of charged particles that were moving faster than light.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
How is something moving faster than the speed of light?
Right. That was my question, too.
Yeah.
Because, that's like a fundamental law of physics as we know it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the key here is that in a medium like water, light slows down.
Oh, okay.
And so these particles can actually surpass that slower speed of light.
So it's still not breaking the ultimate speed limit.
Right.
It's just that light is a little bit handicapped in the water.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so it's like light is running a race, but in water, it's running through mud.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Right, slowing it down.
Yeah.
And these charged particles, they're able to kind of zip right past.
Wow.
It's kind of like creating a sonic boom, but with light.
So that's what the blue light is.
Exactly.
Like the light equivalent of a sonic boom.
Yeah, I love that analogy.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And so, you can guess this becomes known as the Cherenkov effect.
Of course.
But the real game changer here is how this observation was applied.
Right, because, I mean, seeing light is cool and all,
Yeah.
but what can you actually do with that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So this is where I imagine the Cherenkov detector comes in.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay, so tell me about that.
Yeah, so this is more than just a cool light show, right?
Yeah.
Cherenkov essentially figured out a way to see these incredibly fast particles.
Wow.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so this discovery led to the development of the Cherenkov detector, which is this device used in nuclear physics and particle physics to actually detect these particles and measure them.
So it's like having a microscope for things that are way too small and fast to see normally.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so wild to me to think that this discovery It was inspired by something as simple as a bottle of water
And radiation, don't forget the radiation.
and radiation. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's such a simple setup. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah, for something that ended up being so impactful, it's amazing that the initial observation was so seemingly simple.
Exactly. And it even made it into space.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they installed a Cherenkov detector in Sputnik 3.
Oh, that's really cool.
I know, right?
You know, it's really amazing to think about the legacy of this discovery.
Yeah, absolutely. And the detector wasn't even his only contribution.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. So he played a key role in developing electron accelerators and in researching photonuclear and photomeson reactions.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to break down those terms a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Especially those last two.
Yeah, they're a little intimidating.
Just a bit.
Yeah. So electron accelerators.
Okay.
Think of them like giant slingshots
All right.
that can accelerate electrons to incredibly high speeds.
Okay.
And these are like essential tools for studying like the fundamental building blocks of matter.
Wow.
And then photonuclear and photomeson reactions.
Mm-hmm.
These involve studying how light interacts with the nuclei of atoms. So it's all about understanding the forces and particles that make up the universe.
Yeah. Okay, so it's pretty fundamental stuff.
Yeah, pretty fundamental, pretty important.
That's cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just amazing to me to think that one person was involved in so many groundbreaking areas of physics.
Yeah, he really left his mark.
He did.
It's really impressive.
It is, and I mean, it's no wonder that he received so many awards for his work.
Yeah, like what kind of awards are we talking about?
Yeah, so he received 2 Stalin Prizes.
Okay.
Those were in 1946 and 1952, and those were shared with Vavilov, Frank, and Tamm.
Okay.
And he got the USSR State Prize in 1977.
Wow.
And, of course, the Nobel Prize in Physics.
The big one.
The big one, yeah.
Yeah.
In 1958, which was also shared with Ilya, Frank, and Igor Tamm.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and in 1984, he received the Hero of Socialist Labor title.
It's quite a career.
Yeah, talk about a remarkable career.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, from a small village
Yeah.
to the forefront of scientific discovery. It's just...
Very inspiring stuff.
It is. Yeah, and I think what I find most incredible about this whole story
Yeah.
is that Pavel Cherenkov's just this observation
Yeah.
of this blue light
In a bottle of water.
in a bottle of water.
You would just walk right past that, probably.
Right, exactly. And that opened up this whole new world of understanding in particle physics.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how many other, like, just ordinary, everyday things that we see are
Yes.
actually holding, like, these incredible secrets.
Right, exactly.
Like, waiting to be discovered.
Yeah. What else is out there that we're just not paying attention to?
Right? Are we just walking by, you know, future Nobel Prize winning discoveries all the time?
Right, exactly, and not even realizing it.
Yeah, that's a great thought.
That's what I want our listeners to think about
Yeah, for sure.
when they leave here today.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, keep your eyes open, be curious about the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the life and work of Pavel Cherenkov.
It was a fascinating one.
It was, yeah. We'll see you next time.
See you later.